Welcome to the Love Government. I'm Dennis Leary. I am speaking on behalf of the Love Government. We're doing this series of videos called Sex Cards. We're on the 12th card in a series of 52. We're in the suit of time in this card layout here, and we're on the adult part of development. It's the lover card, 12, adult, and we started as woman, baby, child, teen, and now we're at the adult stage in our chronological development. And where are we going? We want to go in the love government to be true to ourselves, and that to us means true lovers. We were made to be lovers, not killers, not consumers, not warriors, etc., etc. The adult has two sides, as all the cards do, and as life does. There's the super side and the stupid side. So we can be a super adult portrayed by this card, or a stupid adult portrayed by this card. We can have super sex, or we can have stupid sex, corresponding with the theme of sex cards. On the positive side of this card is the Queen of Swords in the Love Tarot system. And once again, it's the woman who is holding the male phallus in her hand. The hand is a configuration like the vagina. The hand conforms to the vagina or the clitoris, and the hand conforms to the whole human body. So the body is encoded with these sex signs, and then we transfer that information to sex cards, which are kind of like computer cards, or credit cards, or ATM cards, or ID cards. It's units of information, and they do things. They actually do things. So to be a super adult, what does that mean? Well, for me, it means standing up like a man. Now, what does that mean? That means speaking the truth. It means knowing myself. It means growing. It means facing my dark side. And things continually come up in me that I need to look at because they're like shadows from my past, or demons or so on. Not to over-dramatize it, but to be a man, and I assume to be a real woman, you have to constantly growing, or else you get stagnated, fixated at a certain level. So we're at the adult stage, and being adult means to take responsibility for your life. And if things are not going well in my life, I need to look at what is the problem. As a man, we have more focused mind, one-track minds. A woman has mild multiphasic in her mind, more so. This isn't a gender thing, black and white gender thing, but it's a tendency. So men are more logically tendency. It's a gift to focus, but then a woman, because she bears the children, deals with the husband, deals with the other women, deals with the children, the grown, the toddlers, and so on and so forth. Her mind, while she's gardening and cooking and doing all this stuff all at once, her mind is multiphasic. So I'm just going to say that the job of the man, I think, in our culture is to defend and promote and support and help a healthy system of love and sex. But in order to do that, we have to be educated properly. And in our culture, our education has been sadly neglected. Very sadly neglected through the school system. And so we don't get what I consider vital information that would make us alive. I'm attempting to recover it in my own life. I'm a recovering patriarch. I'm 73 years old, and it's only been very late in life that I've changed my tune. And the way I'm talking now is not the way I talked a year ago, or 10 years ago, or certainly not 20 years ago. I was doing all the things that now I'm calling into question. So it takes one to know one, and I'm kind of like an arch-patriarch. I work for the two biggest corporations in the world at a very low level, of course, but Catholic Church as a priest and a monk, and then in the Veterans Administration as a psychiatric RN nurse. So I work for Catholic Church and the United States government, which are two big corporations. So I kind of know it on the inside. I know patriarchy kind of inside and out. And I'm saying to my fellow patriarchs, you know, it's time to change. Because we're leading the world to hell, really. Hell in a handbasket. All the time proclaiming freedom and democracy and good times and the good life and the American dream. And it's a nightmare if the truth be told. And we tend to tell the truth. And that's freedom. That's liberating. You feel good when you know the truth, even if the truth is bad. Even if the truth makes you bad and sad, that's good. Because if you get into the sadness and the badness, you get to the gladness and the happiness on the other side. This side is the stupid side, and I've been there. Here's prisoner garb, 9 cups. This is the 9 of cups, and the man is sitting there with a silly, you know, smile on his face. And he's a prisoner. Maybe he knows it or doesn't know it. So we can laugh this all off, you know. I tend to be on the serious side because it's serious business we're dealing with. This is a matter of life and death, what I'm talking about for many people. If most of us that I know, we're reasonably well off. We're not starving. We're not suffering. Oh, some people are. Some people get diseases and mental disease and so on and so forth. So it's a mixed bag, but I'm saying that as a man, I need to stand up for myself and to take on responsibilities, not hide or regress to a previous stage. I use the previous stages, but I try to speak the truth, and that's not always easy. It takes preparation, it takes study, it takes focus, but you know, it's worth it. It's worth it. I can say from my experience now, it's worth it. So anyway, on this side, it's you know, stupid, and I've been stupid many, many times. Stupid, and the man is a prisoner, and he doesn't realize it. And the men today, most men today, are really mixed up. Really mixed up, I would say. Mixed up sexually, I would say. Because either they acted out in inappropriate ways, you know, macho man, and wham bam, thank you man, with guns, and the penis becomes a gun and a rocket and a power tool, power over, taking advantage of people. And inside is a little timid child, you know, behind that facade. Because you know, some men are really brave. I admire some, like soldiers. Some men who buy into it, they're really brave. And especially they were brave in past times, and when it was one-on-one with, so like with these cards I show from the Middle Ages, when you were fighting man to man. But nowadays you're sitting behind a cubicle computer, you know, 5,000 miles away, running a drone or something, or you're in a tank, or you're in a battleship somewhere. You know, the odds are way skewed, you know. And we become bully men, picking on the weakest of the weak, like the third world countries, you know, the Arabs and the cell phones in a cave somewhere. Doesn't make sense to me. But, so men need to be real men and confront other men, you know, or at least tell the truth, and not hide behind you know, the Wizard of Oz, you know, or Darth Vader, all this armor around us, and then take the armor off, and then there's this wizened old man there, you know. That's the way it is. The elites up on top of the pyramid, they climb up the top of the pyramid, and what you could look at them, they're robots. They have no soul, or little soul. They're wizened old men sitting there, you know, running the world with their computers, through their military, through their hired thugs, and mainly through the money system now. They're manipulating the money system, sitting somewhere in a bunker somewhere. Or they act out as celebrities or honchos, big honchos. I don't think that's manhood. It's a pretense. So this is all goes under the sign of stupidity. But we can get out of the system. We can get out of the system. And this is what the love government is about, to be super people. These are the two extremes, so we kind of running out of things to say at this point, but I keep saying the same thing over. We keep repeating in a different mode. And if I get stuck, see this is a stuck thing. If I get stuck, look at the stuckness. Look at what's going on. Why have I seemed to, come to a stuck place? So you sit with whatever it is. That's the negative side of these cards. And if I do that, almost always it will change. If I accept the situation in its reality. If I'm sad, then sit with the sadness. If I'm depressed, sit with the depression. And just let it be and see what it's telling me. Because these cards are arranged so that they're negative or they're positive, and both are valuable. So when the negativity comes up, it's coming up to be cleared. It's coming up for a reason. And it is really beneficial to look at these things with reason. And with rhyme, with poetic license, of course, but these things are all in working themselves out under the government of love, if that's what we choose. And we have a choice. There's one card that we're coming up to later that is the will. We have a willpower. We can choose where we're going. And as far as the love government goes, and that is me at the present time, and our house here, we choose love. That we keep in front of us as an ideal, as a focus, as a reference point. And so that is where I get my strength as an adult. I keep my focus on that focal point. And from that focal point, this develops this circle, this spiraling motion, and I'm go in and out with that, drawn in and without that, and I live in that. But it's free world. It's free. So thank you for being with us on this journey. Sign off with love, L for love, and may love be with you in all ways, all your days. Thank you.